Hello, my name is Stephanie Tangway, and I'm here with you today to do an introduction on the new Matrx Multi Cushion. This is kind of a hybrid product. It actually, as we take a close look at this, we're combining some of our great characteristics from a few other cushions we've had in the line to offer you something that really has terrific immersion, great pressure distribution, and a lot of comfort. So we actually are starting with the base foam that you would be familiar with from our VI cushion. So this is a high resiliency foam. You can see that we have a very nice ab and adduction contouring, and in the rear, has our extended rear radius design and slight elevation on the lateral aspects. So we start building in our positioning right away with the base foam. And then this piece is actually placed into a mold to do a second injection molding of a different type of foam. And what we are going to have as a result is our base foam still, and the top shaping that you're looking at, there's also a white, this is a visco elastic foam, but it is in the top shape orientation of our PS and PSP cushion. And so we have a little bit more distinct enhancement of the ab and adduction contouring with this, but in a very, very soft memory foam. And you can, as I turn this around, what you might be able to start seeing with this is that how this combination of stability with the base foam from the VI and this top layer where we start to get our immersion characteristics with the viscoelastic memory foam in the PS shaping. And as I pull this out, you might slightly be able to see those indentations with that slow rebounding viscoelastic foam from the top or the mid molded layer. And then on the top surface of this, we are adding our breezy foam. Now this is how this is going to result from this three foam combination. So we have a top layer of about an inch of breezy foam. This particular foam, very, very soft foam. It really enhances your initial contact immersion. So it's a real, like just a real great weight distribution layer, and quickly we are immersing into this breezy foam and then getting the ischial tuberosities into that mid layer of that viscoelastic that is in the shape of the PS topper. So with this, the other thing that's really unique with the breezy foam that you're seeing here, this has a gel component to it, so we have a slight heat dissipation benefit from the breezy foam. You can see that we wrap it over the front. We're still maintaining our slightly waterfalled or bevel front cut design, still maintaining, as I had pointed out with the base, our nice rounded rear radius, extended rear radius, and the little rounded corners here. And we end up with a lot of immersion and stability. I know this looks like a very thick product, but these two top layers that really maximize immersion end up with a lot of stability benefit, and you still are getting that transfer, as we always like to do with lateral loading, getting more weight bearing on the greater trochanters through the femurs, and ending with a much more protective target for our higher at-risk ischial tuberosities in the pelvic structure. So when we have our foam, just the pelvis model, just sitting into it, we end up with a lot of immersion just as I do that, and so we have that little quick rebound layer that you're looking at here. So I have another version of this. It's kind of cut apart into a couple different pieces to give you a little bit of a inside look, if you will, at the structure of how the multi will actually really maximize these positioning benefits. And so not only we have this nice lower rear ischial target, when you open this up, you can kind of see the thickness that we have here of our breezy foam top and our visco center. And how we have those slight ramp ups on the lateral aspects for that greater trochanteric support. And then you start to see, as I open from the front, as we remove that front edge, you can really see with that ab and adduction contouring how we end up with the immersion for the femurs. So, and there you really kind of see the amount of immersion that we can get with this product. So there's a lot of stability with this construction, kind of as I might describe as almost like a little butt hug. So we end up with a tremendous amount of stability and really enhanced comfort with this design. So the Multi is going to feature a 2 cover. Of course, we love doing 2 covers on the Matrx products. So inner cover here is our reversed StarTex inner cover. So this is a fitted zipper cover. The wipeable surface, great moisture barrier to protect the foam, easy to wipe down with disinfectants. So if this is exposed to any bodily fluids, very easy to keep this clean. And the outer cover on the Multi is more like what you've seen with our PS and PSP, where we're using StarTex again as the outer cover, but this is also sewn as a reversible cover. So right out of the box, fabric side out, labeled front left corner, and you can turn this inside out and have a nice finished, still labeled front left corner, seams and Velcro still on the bottom, extra moisture barrier to double that up if you need to for your consumer.